Hello, everybody. We are Team 6, and our team members include Aditya, Anthony, Jalal, Malavika, and Shiwei. Food insecurity is a serious public health problem. In southwestern Pennsylvania, Allegheny County has the highest number of food insecure population at 10.4%, and they need food. Our data analysis suggests the two biggest barriers to food accessibility in the Allegheny County include low-income population, which comprise 37.5%, and out of that, 68% live more than zero point 0.5 miles away and have limited transportation. Analysis of the data will be shared in the next few slides. Thus, our high impact question is, can we identify high need geographical areas with low income population living more than 0.5 miles away from supermarkets or food distribution centers with limited transportation accessibility and help with doorstep delivery by efficiently increasing volunteering activities? Our solution: utilizing the capability of the user-friendly mobile app through collaboration with 412 Food Rescue, volunteering activities can be significantly increased to efficiently deliver food by food bank from their pantries to the doorstep and cover the last mile and make food accessible to people who otherwise would go hungry.
To further identify the gaps between people that are in need of food and those who are willing to help, we looked at call center data from March through July of 2020 from the Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. You'll see that of 5,866 calls, 82% were related to people in need of food, 15% were people needing delivery of food, 3% were related to people willing to volunteer, and 1% were related to those willing to assist with either delivery or distribution. Visually, we created the food delivery gap line chart that you'll see here. The gray line represents calls from people requesting food delivery, and the orange line represents calls of people willing to help deliver food. Obviously, a big gap between the gray and the orange. We feel that if we can increase the number of calls of those people willing to assist with delivery, it will allow the distribution channel to become more efficient, specifically with regard to perishable items. 60% of delivered goods are perishable and need to be delivered in a 2 to 3 day window upon being received.
To support the data on limited transportation, here is a case study involving 25 customers done at a farmer's market in Lawrenceville in Allegheny County in 2020. Customer review data concluded that the biggest barrier to farmers market accessibility experienced by most people with disability, senior citizen, and parents with children was transportation. Hence, additional methods of transportation or home delivery through increased volunteering can serve additional members of the target population. To better understand if there is a gap in volunteering and also if geographical locations can be mapped to align with poverty, we worked with parallel nonprofit organizations and have interviewed Jennifer England, who is the Senior Director of Partner Success at 412 Food Rescue. According to Jennifer, 412 Food Rescue has a good volunteer base. However, volunteers move and new need comes in. Thus, the business grow and hence there is an increased need for volunteers, which strongly suggests that there is a gap in volunteering activities. Additionally, 412's GIS data align neighborhood facing poverty with lack of transportation and who desperately needs food. And on the left, there is a table demonstrating estimates of population reached by 412 Food Rescue and the existing food bank network based on figures from the US Census. And the data definitely suggests that 412 Food Rescue, through their mobile app, were able to reach additional population amounting to a total of 101,000 people, with poverty amounting to around 13,000, which strongly suggests that their app truly helps in expanding the network and reaching out people who really, really need the food. This is the 412 Food Rescue 2021 data. This data strongly shows how many volunteers 412 Food Rescue need to get to download the app and register in order to fulfill the volunteer needs. So, as you see, the data starts with 100% new users, but it shows the bottleneck faced by the organization at every step, culminating to only 2.3% weekly rescuer, suggesting a big gap with volunteering activities.
On the 13th and 14th of February, we traveled from the University of Pittsburgh to Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank situated on Linden Street using just public transport. This was our effort to know what a person has to go through to travel to these food banks via just public transport. We did not get to talk to any officials or to people coming there to collect food, but what we did experience has led us to our existing model, uh, our focus areas, and to reconstruct our high impact question, which was also inspired by the feedbacks that our coaches gave us. From the existing supply chain model, our focus is delivering the food to the people in need, incorporating volunteers in this process. As mentioned earlier by Anthony, there is a huge gap between people who are ready to volunteer and people who actually do volunteer in this process. This is our effort in alleviating that gap.
The most important part is to identify who really needs the food. To achieve our goal, we decide to use data modeling technique to create a regression tree, helping us to identify the important factors about who really needs the food. We can clearly see from the slide that the regression tree shows that there are four important factors for food insecurity. We plan to highlight the first two factors, which is median family income and low income populations distant from supermarket, because the regression tree shows that these two factors are the most important ones among others. Then we create a heat map based on important factors so that we can know which area we should focus in Allegheny County. The left-hand side heat map shows the area based on median family income. The darkest part is whose median family income lower than $68,000, which is also the lowest 25% among other population. So based on that heat map, we add one more factor where the population live half mile from supermarket and have difficulty to transport. And we can see from the middle picture that the Pittsburgh city area is the most serious part in this case. Lastly, after adding one more factor that the population live more than 1 mile from supermarket and have difficulty to transport, the right-hand side heat map shows that shows the five highest needed areas. So Pittsburgh Food Bank should focus on this five highest needed area first and then provide more resources to them. The next big areas to focus is Pittsburgh city area and then the four major city area in the left-hand side heat map.
After looking at the areas where we want to focus and the data analysis, let's come to the recommendations. The first being identifying the areas having two important criteria, which is low income and the distance from the nearest supermarket or distribution center. And try to create a heat map like a geospatial one just to identify and map it gradually using the pin code to narrow things down. Secondly, to create a database system for the food bank which contains people's phone numbers or SSN, the last four digits of the SSN, just to keep track of the food being distributed and how much pounds of food and quantity of food is being distributed to each family member every week, day, or month. Coming to the third recommendation, and which actually tries to solve what we have identified as a gap through our data analysis, is that there isn't scarcity of food. In fact, food gets wasted within Pittsburgh and the whole of US. The problem lies in distribution, and the idea is that we encourage more volunteers to sign up for the cause and join this mission of alleviating and finally eradicating food insecurity. And our recommendation is to collaborate and collaborate more. I know Food Bank is already doing a great job in doing the collaborations, but there is a gap between number of people in need versus the number of volunteers who actually show up. And the idea is to really collaborate with 412 Food Rescue Organization, use their app to help and ease the process of distribution till the last mile. Secondly, to really partner with UPS, which Food Bank has already done in the past, but just to increase the share of voice and invite people to share the responsibility across the greater Pittsburgh area. And lastly, to invite more corporations to participate and send their employees to volunteer as a part of their community service initiatives. So, building on the third recommendation of collaboration, here's the 412 Food Rescue app, which Food Bank has already partnered with in the past. But what this organization has done is developed an app and to encourage volunteers to really join the community service. And they reach out to people in need and hence try to bridge the gap. This app alerts when a delivery becomes available. App guides a step-by-step instructions based on how much time and which day of the week a volunteer is available and is ready to volunteer. It was launched in 2016 and within 5 years it has more than 20,000 users within Pittsburgh. Their technology platform is an end-to-end system. It matches food donations to the appropriate nonprofits, coordinates network of volunteers who sign up either daily or weekly based on their availability and interest level. Also, the app is an efficient way to mobilize volunteers to transport food to the places in need. And having an efficient, user-friendly app is what we bring to this challenge. This app also trains volunteers on food safety, tracks locations, and provides a lot of data, which helps in backend analysis. What we are recommending is to really collaborate with 412 because they already have a large database of volunteers. We want to leverage that and also avoid the cost of developing an app and maintaining one. Additionally, this will help increase our reach, coverage, and expand to the people and reach out to the people in need. And to understand more on how this app works, let's watch a quick video.
Our analysis and existing data suggest that geographical areas with low-income population living more than 0.5 miles away can be identified through mapping and income availability, and there is indeed a big gap in volunteering activities that is needed to help to serve people in need of food. So the most viable product, as we think, is the user-friendly mobile app that Food Bank can collaborate with 412 Food Rescue since it already exists. And the benefits of using the app is not to motivate a volunteer who is motivated, nor a person who is never motivated, but rather add an extra boost to people who want but lack slight motivation to volunteer and help Food Bank deliver food from pantry to person's footsteps. So this activity can lead to an additional delivery increase by about 20%, and during holiday season it can even go up to about 40%. And just to demonstrate an impact that the mobile app can create, which is very similar to an existing app such as the Uber Pool or Instacart app with similar benefits, such as the Uber Pool app gives passenger to share a ride and split the cost, and allows more passenger to use it due to the low cost. And the Instacart app allows easy to order from home capability and allows hand-picked groceries delivered from favorite local stores to their doorstep. So we think Food Bank can collaborate with 412 Food Rescue and definitely utilize their ability to expand and offer more volunteering activities to help move food from their pantry to the doorstep of people who really need food.